Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Next. So today I'm talking about something that I think most of us experience but are hesitant to talk about openly, and that's having faith in the in-between seasons of life. You know those moments where one chapter has clearly ended, but the next one hasn't fully started yet? Maybe you're in the middle of a career change. Maybe a job has ended. Maybe your relationships are starting to change and that feels confusing. Or maybe you've just outgrown a version of yourself that used to make sense, but just doesn't fit with who you are right now. And now you're in this quiet space where things feel unfinished. That old chapter just doesn't fit anymore, but the new one hasn't fully taken shape yet. And this space in the middle feels uncomfortable, it feels strange, it feels weird. I would compare it to standing on a bridge where you can see where you come from, but you can't quite see the other side yet. And this is where your doubts start to creep in. But if I could use a story from the Bible, in Exodus, the Israelites, when they were leaving Egypt and they were in the wilderness before they got to the promised land. And when they were in the wilderness, when they left Egypt, there was this excitement, there was this anticipation about where they were going. They were feeling this newfound freedom. And, there was just this excitement in the air. And then they got into this wilderness season where things didn't come as easily and things didn't feel so comfortable anymore. And they looked back and it was like, can we go back rather, where we had meat and we could eat as much as we want, and, things felt normal and things were provided for us, because now we're in this place of wilderness where we don't know where our next is coming from and we don't know what the next steps are. Even though we've been told about this promised land that God has promised us, we can't see it. We can't see it. We just are stuck in this uncomfortability of where we are right now. And this is what happens to a lot of us in an in-between season. We begin to doubt. We begin to lack faith. We begin to murmur. We begin to complain. We begin to question the decisions that we made, and we begin to ask, are we moving in the right direction? Are we even going in the right direction? Are we even going in the direction that God has promised us? These are the things that start to fill our minds. And we probably start comparing ourselves. I know that for a fact that I started comparing myself to people around me that seem to have everything together. Their lives are working out. Their careers are just flourishing. Their marriages are good. Their children are good. How come I'm in this place of just being not sure about anything? And it's in this place of in-between where our faith is really, really tested. But I think that the in-between seasons are actually some of the most meaningful ones, because they ask something deeper from us. They ask us to trust, and they ask us to have faith, even though the outcome isn't clear. And for those of us that live by faith, walk by faith, have a relationship with God, you've experienced that trusting God isn't always easy. Having faith in God is not always easy, especially if you don't understand the plan, especially if you don't know what is coming. You receive the promise, you know the promise, you know kind of the end goal, but while I'm on my way there and I can't see the actual plan, it can be hard to trust God. It can really, really be hard to have faith. But this is where God requires for our faith to be built. This is where God requires for us to trust Him all the more and push through that in-between season of life. Faith is sometimes simply believing that the space that we're in right now is not wasted. God is using it. And that even though things feel quiet and things feel uncertain, there's definitely something unfolding within you. Something is being shaped within you. Could it be patience? Patience for your in-between season? Could it be wisdom? Wisdom for the next step in your life? Could it be clarity as you take one step at a time, getting to your next? Sometimes the direction in our life only becomes visible as we've walked through, or after we've walked through the in-between seasons of life. So you don't have clear visibility while you are walking through. the visibility becomes clear after you've gone through the season and you look back and you say, oh, I had to go through this, or this had to happen for me to get to where I need to be, or get to where I am right now. So please do not be weary in your in-between season of life. Your faith is being built up and God is requiring you to trust in Him all the more during this season of your life, because there is definitely a next. And even though you're not sure of what that next is, trust God. Lean not on your own understanding. Trust Him. So don't feel bad if you're finding yourself in an in-between season right now. Don't feel bad if things are feeling uncertain or unfinished right now. Maybe use this as an invitation to build your faith, like I say, and be present in the moment. Use this as an invitation to listen to what's God's next step for you, to trust God, to trust the process, even if it feels slower or quieter than expected. Eventually, the next step will become clearer. So thank you for taking a few minutes to reflect with me today about having faith in the in-between seasons. And if this resonated with you, I hope you'll join me again in the next episode as we continue exploring the question we're all navigating in different ways. What's next? And remember, you don't need the full plan to take the next step. I'll see you in the next reflection.